welcome back to the channel. Carrying on with the Triumph. Since the last episode, did a bit more research and realised that the actual clocks I'd actually put in back to front. I put the speedo on the left and the rev counter on the right. I've actually done some checking, looked at some photos of other TR6s because obviously they weren't on the bike, and it is actually the other way around. The speedo seems to be on the right. I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've taken them back off, so I'm going to remount those. I'm also going to get down the other exhaust, give that a clean up, give that a test fit, see how that looks, because there does seem to be a large metal bracket actually attached to the right hand side exhaust, so I need to work out whether that goes across the front or whether it goes underneath. I need to look at that. Also, if you remember back from a few episodes ago with the fuel pipe, obviously I didn't crimp it because I wanted to make sure that it was all in the right place. It turns out I actually had the pipes around the wrong way, so I've changed the pipes over now. So we're going to go for a test fit of that. If that fits nicely, I may have to trim, I don't know, but get that in position. The jobs are actually winding down, there's not a huge amount to go. I've got some screws on order for the primary side because I only have a couple. I still need to do the clutch adjustment. I want to get the tank off as well, strip that down and actually just give the paint and polish. I'll just take off all the trims so we can give that a really good clean up. And then it will be just into the fine tuning, fettling of handlebars in the right position, levers, cables, making sure everything works okay. And then we're not too far away. I need to get a battery, and we're still not far away now from actually putting oil in. I did have a message from a gentleman called Steve. Big thank you, Steve, for all your help, all your hints and tips. It's been much appreciated regarding the actual, before I actually start the bike up, the oil obviously has to circulate through, so that needs to be plugs out. He's told me where all the oil goes, and I need to make sure that the oil is circulating and returning back to the tank. So again, we'll cover that in a later episode when we're near that point. We're not far away, but that should be great to actually hear that. So like I say, so the clocks are off. I just need to get them remounted. I've rerouted, I'll show you in a second, I've rerouted the speedo cable and the tacho cable. Seems to be better. Bit more fine tuning I did on the handlebars just to get them, because they felt a bit spongy, but they're now clamped down tight. So let me show you where I'm at the moment. So like I say, I've stripped everything back out again. I've rerouted the tacho and the speedo. If you remember, I actually had the speedo on this side, but looking at the pictures, speedo seems to be on this side. So I've just got to basically hook that through and connect all that up. Then I can put the bulbs back in. I've also rerouted the lead for the bulbs. I say not much has changed on the bike since you last saw it in the last episode. Pleased with how that exhaust came up. So that's the other one. And that seems to be the bracket that's hanging off of it, so I need to work that out, give that a really good clean. Like I say, then we can get this tank off, take off these accessories, give that a really good polish. I was looking at the steering damper. It is a bit chipped and faded in areas. I know we painted up the handlebar brackets, but they were actually in a rusty state. I'm actually going to leave that as it is because it is authentic to the age of the bike. And like I say, then it's just adjusting all the cables. Obviously you've got that cable to fit, which is at the moment hanging down, so I need to turn the bike round as well, and then we can get that exhaust in. So let me get these clocks back in. So that's the way round I've seen it on other bikes. So I'll get them fitted, then we can move on and get the next bit done. Right, so that's the clocks all bolted down, back in position. Also gave that nut and bolt an actual clean up. Well, looking quite rusty. So like I say, I had these round the wrong way, but all the pictures I've looked at, it shows it that way. So that's another job ticked off the list. Next one, I'll actually have a look at this fuel line again. As I say, I've swapped these over, so this one was on this side. So let me get set up and we'll put that back in position, feed it through, have a look, see if it looks better. That's part of the reason why I didn't actually crimp it in place. Right, just do that finger tight for now. Right, hopefully that one should loop. Right, and that's also in position. I have seen some that are looped underneath the airbox. She looks a lot better. Yeah, that should work like that. Let me know in the comments box below if that I say I'm not going to crimp this until I'm 110% sure that this is exactly right. But that is now looking like the original bend. It would just be this one, whether it actually, I can't see how it can. Alright, I've still actually got, yeah, that's not far off. Yeah, that's almost a mirror image. But as I say, because I have got limited pipe, limited crimps, the ends, I mean if I have to get some more I'll get some more, but preferring to actually use what I have. But no, I think that should work. I think next job we actually get the tank off and we start giving that a clean up, give that a polish. That can go back in, and then we'll move on to the exhaust. Right, it's all set up. Only need a few tools, flathead posi, a small socket. There's a little nut just underneath that actually holds this in place. 4 screws, and then the 2 posis each side. Right, so that's most of it done. Just need the badge off from this side, give it a wipe down, and then we can start actually cleaning it. Right, so that's everything taken off. So first we're going to use the cutting compound and then go in with the polish. So I'll get the cutting compound all done over and I'll bring you back ready for the actual polish to bring this up. I'm going to do it by hand. It'll be a lot easier on a tank. So let me get that done and I'll bring you back. Alright, so that's the compound done. So it has matted it slightly, but it has cleaned quite a lot of the marks that were on it. So now I'm going to change cloths and go on to the actual, wrong one, go on to the actual polish. Put that to the back. So we're going to go on to the polish now. Again, I'll do it by hand and then I'll bring you back once that's done. Alright, so this side has been done. This side's to do. You can see the difference. The actual reflection coming out. It's come out really well. Where this side now is quite matte. Now I'm pleased with how that side's come out. So let me get this side done. Then we can give all these parts a wipe down and then reinstall, and then the tank can go on. Also got the tank rubbers. These all need a clean up. But no, pleased with the first side. Alright, let me crack on with this side. And that's the other side done. That's brought it up a lot better. So I'm just going to clean the fittings and then we can start to put everything back in position. Give the screws a bit of a clean up. Just wipe down this chrome and then that can go back on the bike, and then we'll jump onto the exhaust, get that cleaned up, and then try and work out these brackets. I'm pretty sure there is a tab there, so maybe one of them goes across to join them, but I'm not sure where the other one goes. But we'll have a look and I say this is still loose fit. It will have to come out when the screws arrive and I adjust the clutch. Right, so let me get all these parts cleaned and then I can reinstall. Right, so that's everything cleaned. Cleaned all the screws up and the rack. So I've cleaned as best I can. Obviously these are quite old. So now we can start putting it back together. So for the middle strip, you've got a hook. It just hooks over the front. And a screw thread on the end. It pulls back. And a very small nut washer. So what I've got left now is one more badge for the other side. I'll fit that in a second, but that's come up really well. So let me get this fitted, clean up these bolts, and we can actually get the tank back on its mountings. So that's the rear bolt. So the rubber actually fits through like so, and then the other one goes through, so we can get that one in a minute. And then we've got the front runs, so that will fit upwards, and then the rubber stopper in place. So we'll leave the rubber on that side. I'll do the same for the other one. Same for the back one. Then we can get the tank on. Alright, so I'll put the back one in, that's finger tight. I've just got the bottom one in position. I have to move the tanker across slightly. That's in finger tight. I've just got the other side to do. And I can get those tightened up. Now I can reconnect the fuel hose. Still not crimped yet, I just want to double check that everything is right on that. But I can put it in position. And then we'll spin the bike round, and we'll get the other exhaust down, give that a clean, and get that in position. Have a look at the brackets that go across. And then that'll probably be it for today. Right, so that's the tank bolted down in place there. And the front supports, one on the other side. I've also loosely put back the fuel hoses. No, that's come up good. Right, I've just dug the other exhaust. Dug that out. Again, you can see the state of it. Right, these are the two brackets that are actually attached. One was attached here, and then the other one was attached to the end of it. I'd imagine, by looking at it, that bracket fits across inside the frame to actually join the two together. Or it will be the black bracket. But I'm actually imagining that one. So does that one fit as the exhausts? If I can do this in that position, does that fit across? A bit stuck on that one, so I need to look into the exhaust on the fiche pages in the manual. But yeah, both of these were attached to that area. But let me get this exhaust all cleaned up. Again, looks pretty much the same as the other one. And that came up really well. And then try and work out these brackets. I'll have a look in the fiche pictures in the manual and see what we can come up with. But let me get this cleaned. Then we need to spin the bike round, get the exhaust actually mocked up in position, and then that will probably be it for today. Probably next episode I might deviate and start working on the carbs of the Z650, because that's been bugging me for some time, because obviously I'm still waiting for screws to arrive, battery to arrive. So some of the other jobs are quite easy, it's just connecting the cables, adjusting and trying out. Alright, let me get this bike spun round, get this exhaust cleaned, have a look in the manual, see if I can work out what these brackets are, and then we'll go from there. So that's the exhaust done. That's come up really well. Surprising. Can't really do much about the tarnishing on the top. Cleaned up the clamp. And actually one of the brackets, I'd say that is the front bracket that joins this one to this one. I won't know until it's in place. It might be wrong. It could be the black one, but I'm not sure what the chrome one's for. But no, pleased with how that's come out. It's come out almost as good as the other one. Alright, so I've got to spin the bike round. Now we can get that mock fitted. Just loose fit for now, see how it goes. Right, so let's get this in place. Right, so that's just loose fit for now. Right, so that bracket is from here across So that's that side done. So I've just got to get on the other side. Right, so the only thing I can work out from this is it does actually fit from that nut. It does reach to the other side, so that's obviously a rear support bracket. So it'll actually sit there. So it'll have to fit on the inside of the kickstand. So I could actually fit it across like that. But we'll leave that off for now. Nice to see another exhaust on it now. So I've still got all this to clean. But no, actually looking much better. More like a bike. So I think that'll be it for today. So hopefully before the next episode on the Triumph I'll get all this cleaned up. I also need to polish that oil tank and give the frame a clean on this side, because I haven't really touched this side much. I've done the other side. But no, nice to see the tank all glistening and all the paintwork's come up really well. Right, so thanks for joining me on that one. As I say, a little bit more done. Still a bit more to go, but we are edging towards the end, which is really, really nice. Good to get the paintwork all sorted and get the exhaust all cleaned up. Pleased with how that's come out. Like I said, I'll probably deviate to, in the next episode, do a little bit of work on the Z650 carbs. I've got parts waiting to arrive, haven't turned up yet. And the rest of it basically is cleaning some of the engine cases, which I'll make sure they're all up and not mirrored but clean by the time we come back for the next episode of the Triumph. I'm just going to take one episode out just so I can do some work on the Z, and carbs are really, really bugging me. And then we'll be back on the Triumph. We can start, hopefully then the battery would have arrived. We can do the clutch, we can get the screws in, get the gasket in as well for the primary side. Finish all that side up. But please, how the exhaust came out, all mocked up, all fits nicely. Worked out what the bracket does, it goes underneath. So when it comes to final fit, we can actually get that installed. Any comments in the comments box below, you know I appreciate all your feedback, all your comments. It means a lot, it really does. The support and the help I've had has been absolutely phenomenal. And I really appreciate everybody's help. Big thumbs up to my patrons. Again, I can't thank you enough for the support and help you give me. It keeps the channel ticking over. It buys me all the bits and pieces that I need. So big thank you. There are links to other videos at the end of the video, and as usual, thanks for watching. Join me again next time. Cheers. Bye.